Hello, welcome to Railgun S, episode 17. Yep, we're doing something new this series, because last week we ended the Sisters arc, and now we're starting some, I guess you could say, slice of life arc right now, because, you know, we had all this rough stuff with Misaka, and the clones, and the Accelerator, and Toma, and all that. So this is kind of like a change of pace for the series, which is kind of needed, like I was saying. And this episode basically starts with Misaka kind of talking to her dorm manager, and she's just gotta come up with a legit reason of why she's been missing or not coming in to I guess the right time when they have curfew at the girls' academy. So she just makes up things like, well, I was helping my friends study for tests and stuff, and the dorm manager kind of doesn't really buy it at first, but then she kind of makes this comment that she's doing it for her friends, and the dorm manager's like, well, friends are important, so she kind of allows Misaka to, I guess, go out and do this big study party that she's going to be doing with her friends. And kind of gives her a stamp of approval, saying, okay, well, I approve you're doing this, so. And that's pretty much what the episode's going to be about. It's Misaka and all her friends, you know, Satin, Yuharu, and Kuroko, all doing their own thing while they prepare for a party at Satin's, like, her apartment. And they kind of cut back to Satin teaching Misaka about cooking, how to make cookies for someone. And she's kind of, you know, making fun of her, poking fun at her, saying that, you know, you don't make homemade cookies for just anybody. It has to be for someone, right? And Misaka kind of slips up saying they're not for him or anything. And she's kind of like, what do you mean him? You know, she wants Misaka to spill the beans on everything she's been doing with this, you know, mysterious guy or boyfriend she thinks she has. And Misaka, on the other hand, is just kind of trying to cover it up like, it's no one, I just felt like doing this because I owe some favors to some people. But Satin kind of knows what's up. She's like, you know, you're hiding something, but she doesn't really, you know, ask for any explanation or go any farther than just, you know, making fun of her for a bit. And with that, we had a little scene at this local family restaurant that Misaka kind of meets Kuroko at. And it's basically Kuroko, Misaka, and the girls of Item, which, you know, Meltdown and Frenda. Both of them are there, and Frenda and Kuroko kind of butt heads together. You know, they each of them claim that their One-sama, whatever they call her, their one they admire is better than the other. Like, oh, Meltdowner is better than the Railgun, and both of them go back and forth. Up to the point where, you know, you had Frenda and Kuroko kind of like grope the other girls, and they kind of get a little pissed at him, and, you know, scream, and the other girl have to retreat. That whole scene was funny because you had Frenda, who is kind of like the exact opposite of Kuroko in terms of like how she acts in a battle. But with Kuroko, she's more hands-on, just like Frenda. So that was kind of funny, just seeing these two people that you know we didn't really see in a room together, kind of butt heads. Kind of funny. I like that. And then, you know, besides all the funny, hilarious moments, we had Misaka she went to the hospital to check on the clones, her sisters that got hurt in that started her fight, and she discovers that there's something wrong with her DNA, as the frog doctor explains from Index. He explains that, you know, they have the DNA is making them age faster than a normal human. So since when they're born, they're basically almost Misaka's age when they're born. So and they have the mind of an infant at that early time. So basically they age really, really fast. And he's like, that is going to cut their lifespan probably in half, but he's figuring out ways to suppress that growth in the DNA, and he's going to help them live normal lives, actually. And he says something about letting them live outside Academy City in different cities and stuff like that, so they can kind of experience the world instead of living in Academy City their entire life. It's nice. You know, Misaka's happy about that because she does want them to live normal lives, and that's what the doctor's going to help them with. And besides that, we have the party scene with the girls kind of sitting together eating, I guess they call it a hot pot, that's what they call it. And it's like kind of like this middle of summer almost, and they're kind of like, why would you eat that? And I don't know, I think Satin makes a comment that people say eating hot food in the summer is good for you or something. I don't know, it's kind of funny. But basically this is the moment where all four girls kind of can hang out, because they really haven't had time to hang out of the first 16 episodes or so. So that's kind of what they could do this time. And to wrap that up would be, it's nice. I like the stuff they're doing. And the main thing that caught my attention with this episode was the reveal of the new opening. And it's not as hip techno-ish as the other opening, but this is pretty nice. And in the opening we see scenes of there's a new a lolly character. She meets Misaka. She's holding this umbrella, and they both meet each other. And we have shots of Misaka and a bunch of different characters we don't really see often, them fighting these robots, these robot suit looking dudes, so they get to do that. And overall the opening I think reveals the new arc they're going for, which I think is the original arc. They haven't done this in the manga, because I recently checked it and this is not in the manga as far as I can tell. But the new character is from the light novels, of the Index light novels, so I won't say much about her, because revealing her name kind of reveals who she is, and kind of keep that a secret. We also get a new ending, which is nothing special, just Misaka with the other girls. They're all wearing matching outfits, and they're kind of in this field together with these balloons. It's kind of a chill ending, more than anything. And that's pretty much been episode 17. Like I said, slice of life, just cute things, girls doing cute things like they always do in the original Railgun series, season 1. Episode 18 is a Index movie preview, which is going to take the majority of the episode, so I'm not going to review that. This is going to be a kind of a episode / trailer. If anything stands out, I'll make a review, but I'm going to count this as a 1 week break for me. So that's going to be Railgun, so thanks for watching.